Welcome to Almost Agreeable.
Almost Agreeable.
With your hosts, Chris Nellison and Ed Harris. Hang around and listen to opinions on sports, movies, music, and whatever else pops in our head.
All right, and welcome back to another episode of the Almost Agreeable podcast. I'm Chris. With me, as always, is Ed. And let me tell you, we just came up a very, very interesting, to say the least, and exciting Week 10 of NFL football. I really think we learned a lot, and we also became unsure of a lot of things. If that makes any fucking sense.
Yeah, I don't know anything anymore.
Yeah. I mean, what the fuck is going on in the NFC? More specifically, the NFC West. I don't want to jump right into a topic, but that's kind of what I'm doing.
Hey, well, whatever. We're jumping right in.
It's been on my mind since Sunday night.
NFC West. They want me to get a tattoo, but the 49ers are
Helping you out.
helping me out. If they all go to the playoffs, yeah, I'll get a tattoo
What
of
if
the record
3 out
of
of
all.
4 make the playoffs?
No, that wasn't the bet.
No, but like, will you do something else?
No, because that's happened before. That's happened before for multiple divisions.
Yeah, but this isn't just multiple. This
Oh
is
my
your
God.
division.
No. No, I'm not going to do anything else. Because that is a very high probability,
Yeah, it might
especially if they can, each get 6 wins against the 49ers. I mean, Arizona has beaten them. Who else has the 49ers played any other division games?
They're 1-2 in the division, but I really couldn't tell you. They beat the Cardinals in Week 1.
They beat they did beat the Rams. They beat the Rams. So yeah, they lost to the Seahawks and Cardinals. So they've had 3 division games. They've played each other opponent in the NFC West once. Beat the Rams, lost to the Cardinals and Seahawks. So they're chilling.
Why are we talking about the 49ers?
I don't know. We've spent too long in the 49ers.
Okay, good. We can spend just as much, if not more, time on the other 3 teams. If you guys aren't tracking, there are 3 teams in that division, not the 49ers. The Rams, the Cardinals, and the Seattle Seahawks are all 6-3. All 3 of them.
Yeah.
And just a messy division.
Yeah, it's crazy. With that loss, Seattle went from if they would have won, they would have been, I think, number 1 seed. Oh no, they would have been the number 2 seed in the conference. But with that win, they would have elevated to number 1 in the NFC West. With that loss, they go down to 3. Because now they've lost to the Rams and the Cardinals.
Nah, man, they go down to 7.
No, I mean in the division.
Okay.
No, yeah. Because they wouldn't be in the division lead anyway if they're...
Okay, just so we're clear. I guess... what if San Francisco was healthy, though?
They'd be how they were last year.
Right, and it really would be a scare for you. You're getting a tattoo.
It would be like, oh, I don't wanna. Yikes. But
this makes the game that's going to happen Thursday night just that much more intense. Like,
it's
more,
gonna be a big
more
game.
important.
Yeah, I mean, looking forward, that Thursday night game, Seattle, Arizona. Who knows? I mean, Seattle's 4-0 at home. Not like it really means a lot this year.
No, with no fans. I think there's still a difference. You still got to travel.
Yeah, so they are 4-0 at home. That definitely helps. But who knows what's going to happen? I mean, now it is... So what I'm thinking is Seattle is going to go... They're going to sweep the 49ers, get swept by the Rams, and then split with the Cardinals. So I have the Seahawks winning this Thursday's game with the Cardinals, which would put them 3-3 in the division.
When all is said and done. I guess, I don't know. The Seahawks have just been such a... I don't want to use the term free fall, but they are in a slide right now.
Oh, it's a slide.
It's a slide. What is that? Russ has had 7 turnovers in 2 games. The last 2 games.
Well, in the last 4 games, he's had 10.
And that's so un-Russell. Well, I guess because he started off the season so hot, and then now the defense was a problem, but it was like, oh, the offense is so good that it doesn't matter. That was kind of the general opinion going around the fan base.
Yeah.
But now you're kind of seeing that because the defense is so bad, that's why Russ is turning the ball over so much because he's pressing. He's always playing from behind. He feels like he has to score on every drive because God knows the defense can't stop anybody.
Well, and that's kind of been his thing the last couple of years anyway, is like these fantastic fourth quarter comebacks, these amazing drives. That's kind of been his thing, but he can't do it forever. And I mean, the Rams, as dominant as that game looked, they only scored 23 points. Like it wasn't anything crazy. I mean, in Seattle, I was expecting the Rams were going to have to at least score like 30 points to beat them, because Seattle is the highest scoring offense in the game right now. So I was still expecting them to give up a lot of points, but to score a lot of points. And it did not happen. This goes to show you that defense does prevail. To me, defense prevails over best offense every time.
Well, yeah, because on the flip side of that with the Rams, it's like I still am a firm believer that offense doesn't have it figured out yet. They have a great defense. It's very, I think, one of the unreported stories in the NFL is their defense, because if I'm not mistaken, through a certain amount of games stretch, they have allowed the least amount of points in the second half of a game, like for so many games in a row.
Yeah.
And then, you think about their special teams, like they have the best punter in the league. So field position's always a problem for the other team.
I don't think they have the best punter in the league, and you can look at some stats, but yeah, sure, I'm a homer, but no, Michael Dixon on the Seahawks is the best punter. Pull it up.
I ain't pulling shit up. I ain't pulling it up. Okay? Either way, it's both for the brand.
For the brand.
Did you know that Sean McVay, the Sean McVay Rams, in games that they lead at halftime, there's 31 of them, they're 31-0.
They have never lost, yep.
That's a wild stat.
Dude, that is unreal for sure. Yikes. Big yikes. I mean, that's what happened. They get a lead, and then they hit their defensive adjustments in the second half, and it works even better.
Let's talk about the Thursday night game of last week, right?
Well,
that was the game that started off the week.
Okay, before we jump into that, though, I just want to give... It's not even really a hot take, but I know the last thing he did on the field was extremely flashy, and it might be a recency thing, but it's also kind of not.
Let's bring up Kyler Murray.
Yeah, because he's kind of killing it. Kyler Murray is probably the MVP right now.
I mean, he's a candidate.
He's a candidate.
He's a candidate.
Yeah, like he's a candidate.
I feel like I can't go on any website, sports website, or listen to any sports pundit that, is not talking about how exciting he is to watch, how he's reinvigorated a lot of their interest in football, especially during a season where it's been unlike any season we've had before. So what he's doing is amazing, I can agree, but I really have to see, where the team ends up. If they can win the NFC West division, then absolutely he could be a favorite to be the MVP. But if Russ can turn it around and then win that division, over Kyler and the Rams, if he can turn around the turnovers and cut those out and win the division and lock up a number one or even a number two or even a number one seed in the NFC playoffs, then he's right back in the conversation, because he hasn't really left, but he's taken a hit.
He's fallen off for sure.
And then there's always Aaron Rodgers.
No, there's not.
Okay, okay, good. I'm glad you said that.
No, there's not.
Because I'm going to take a minute here.
Okay.
I'm going to take a minute here.
Okay, take your minute.
And I'm going to talk about Aaron Rodgers.
Talk to me about Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, I used to like him. I did.
Okay.
And I'll start off by saying that I can appreciate talent, that he is a talent.
Okay.
He's transcendent, in the game. He's been around for a long time, but he's kind of a fucker, and I hate him now.
Okay.
Okay? I'm tired of this fool talking on sports shows or whatever when he gets interviewed, like how his worst game is most quarterbacks' best game. It's like, shut your one Super Bowl having, one Super Bowl appearance ass up and be humble a little bit. And I don't want to hear this shit about, he doesn't have anybody and blah, blah, blah. The way he has his bravado going is like, motherfucker, that shouldn't be a problem for you. Best to ever do it, blah, 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 blah. Fuck you. And if you want help, maybe don't be a dick. I had a lot more earlier this week, but like I've been venting to other people, so it's all almost out.
So that was our Aaron Rodgers talk.
No, it's not. I'm not done.
Ah, shit.
We can move on to the Packers now because I think they're soft.
I just want to touch on I don't even think Aaron Rodgers is transcendent. He's just doing. He is just a good football player.
Oh, but dude, he has nobody.
He's just a good football player.
Nobody there to help him. He doesn't have like one of the best running backs in the game right now.
Well, I mean, look at his connections to Devontae Adams. The last I don't know how many years they have. They're up their top five between quarterback and wide receiver.
He's had Greg Jennings. He's had Donald Driver. He had Charles Woodson play on the other side of the ball for him. Like
when they won.
When they won.
But yeah, I mean, literally, him and Devontae Adams have been automatic the last couple years.
I'm just real tired of him fucking chirping like he's the best because he's not won a fucking. He hasn't been to a Super Bowl since what 2011.
Was that 11?
Yeah, it was in 2011.
Yeah.
And like since then, like he's had mediocre seasons and he still like has flashy plays. But it goes back to what you were saying, like with recency with Kyler Murray, with Aaron Rodgers. It's like we remember all like the Hail Mary against the Lions, the Hail Mary against the Cardinals. Like,
oh yeah.
Remember the Super Bowl, but people like to forget that was the only time he's been to the Super Bowl.
Not you, apparently.
No, people don't forget.
People don't forget.
This people don't forget. Me people. I'm people.
So Packers are soft.
They're soft.
They eked out a win against the Jags.
The Jags, who are in the running for Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
So like, if that tells you anything about who they are, they're soft.
It was a little whoopsie. Whoops.
Oh, you mean like Tampa Bay had a whoopsie against the Saints?
Two of them.
Two. That's right. It was two of them. To be fair, that first loss was like the first game of the season, right?
To be fair.
I guess I'm trying to be fair. I guess I wasn't fair with Aaron Rodgers, but I don't care. I'm going to piss a lot of people off, and that's okay. I'm okay with it. But I guess I just brought up the Saints. I want to talk about the Saints, but not too in depth because I got a hot route for you later. So if you start steering the conversation that direction, I'm going to smack you.
Okay.
Okay. So, what the fuck are the Saints?
They have a very good head coach.
Yes.
And a quarterback who has not thrown it deep in like 60 years. And a fucking stellar supporting cast.
I think it begins with Sean Payton, so I can agree with you on the coaching, and they have a lot of, I guess, playmakers on both sides of the ball, right? Obviously, Alvin Kamara, and then now you have Drew Brees with his collapsed lung and his 5 broken ribs. Gonna miss some time. He's gonna miss some time, but I mean, look at the beauty of this. Like last year, he broke his pinky or his thumb or whatever, and Bridgewater came in. And he went 5-0 or something like that.
Yeah, it was 5 or 6-0, something
now
like that.
We get to see our first glimpse of post eye surgery, Jameis.
7 touchdowns.
I am so excited.
He's hucking that thing.
Like I hate seeing Drew Brees hurt, but I am excited to see Jameis. Like I've been waiting for this all year. I didn't think I was gonna get it because you're not gonna bench Drew Brees and you don't want him to get hurt. But like we get to see Jameis, and I'm very excited.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see. We'll see him and Taysom.
I was gonna bring that up too. Is that like obviously. You see Taysom while Drew Brees is playing. Like, they throw Taysom in all the time, and everyone thinks they know what's going to happen, but they still can't stop it anyways.
Yeah.
That dude's a beast as well.
The guy is a utility knife.
Straight up.
He just does whatever. He can do it all, and it draws attention away from other players. So it's definitely a hassle when he's out on the field. You don't know what's going to happen. You kind of know what's going to happen, but not really.
Yeah, I think like he's the only quarterback on that squad this season that's thrown a deep ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody else does.
I've seen him throw a pretty deep ball too. Like, I don't know. That dude, like you said, Swiss Army knife.
So yeah, I mean the Saints beat the 49ers. Big whoop. Big whoop.
Not a. I mean, that's a game you're expected to win. So don't get too excited. It's like Raider fans this week. I'm a Raider fan, and I'm always hyped for a victory. Anytime you win, you're excited, but, like, we definitely should have beaten the Broncos.
Well, yeah, it's like I have seen, like, some people, like, Raiders fans and Raider, like, different on the internet, just, like, super hype about them. Like, yeah, absolutely, I'd be happy too, but, like...
Chill.
Yeah.
Do you know what's happening next week?
Maybe that's it. They're like, I gotta hype myself up for this game when Mahomes comes in like Luke Skywalker into the Death Star.
Right, he is. It is just like that because he's gonna want to avenge his loss earlier this season. Their lone loss of the season, and there's been chatter all week about that game coming up, and it's a big game because a lot of people obviously are gonna pick the Chiefs, and rightly so. Like especially with everything going into it, they are absolutely the favorite. But so many things can happen. Like if the Raiders were to pull that off, it changes the landscape of the AFC just a little bit because we'll have swept them in the division.
Yeah, and that's huge.
It is because you look at what's happening in Tampa Bay and with New Orleans. New Orleans swept that series, and so like they have a chance to like even if they end with the same record as Tampa Bay, like they're going to win the tiebreaker.
Easy. And
if the Raiders do win, that's a possibility in the AFC West.
Yeah.
So, big game. I know Gruden's probably hyping the team up, but I really wish Raider fans, and I haven't seen the Raiders players been doing anything since the Denver win, so that's good. But Raider fans, stay humble.
Chill.
Yeah, chill out.
It was the Broncos. Chill.
We should have won. Now, I will say the defense, obviously playing Drew Lock, but it still, looked good. Like, we had 5 turnovers all season. And then we had 5 in that game.
Which is nice.
It felt good. Okay, so originally I was going to talk about Titans-Colts.
All right, back to the beginning of the show, and we were going to talk about the Thursday night
game. Which was a big game in itself because that was for the division lead in that division too.
Yeah.
There is... The whole fucking league is a mess. Like, there's only 2 divisions where it's like clear. Maybe not even 2. Maybe just 1.
Which one is that?
The NFC North?
The
AFC North. I'm sorry, the AFC North.
I guess I would say the NFC North.
I guess I said that on accident, but really, I guess maybe it was.
You are right.
Subconscious.
Definitely the king in the Northises.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kings in the Northises.
So Aaron and Big Ben.
Yeah, because I mean, if the Vikings were all right, let's not jump ahead. We'll go back to the Colts.
No, I know you're dying to talk about your fucking Vikings.
I don't know what it is. I love them. Titans and Colts. What is the deal? Because that game at halftime was pretty even.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, you don't know what's gonna happen. Like it was a division game.
And that's the thing people gotta realize with these games, like between division rivals, is like they can be close, and those games shouldn't be expected to be blowouts unless it's like, the Bills versus the Jets. But even those games can be close. So I expected a dogfight, just like I'm expecting a dogfight in this week's Thursday night game. But with that, there was so much on the line. Obviously, this will be the same this Thursday, but so much on the line in that game. And I just can't talk enough about Indianapolis's defense.
It's
scary.
It's pretty good. And that's what we've been saying, kind of referencing the whole year, but it's good.
It's really good. And then it's just enough to keep Phillip Rivers afloat because he's not the answer at quarterback in Indianapolis, like after this season.
Yeah.
He's not.
He's floating them. He's not, surprisingly, losing them the game.
He's not losing them games, but he's not winning them games either.
Correct.
So that division now is what? Indianapolis is leading that division.
Yeah, I mean they're 6-3.
How many 6-3 fucking teams are there? Like, I guess we'll start
in the NFL.
I was gonna say the NFL. That's a lot.
There's 9.
There's 9 in the NFL.
There's 9. There are 3. 3 of them are in the same division.
Right, in the NFC West.
In the NFC West, and there's nobody else in the NFC with a 6-3 record. And then there are 6 teams in the AFC.
Let me see if I can name them.
Okay.
We got the Raiders.
Okay.
The Browns.
Okay.
The Colts.
Yeah.
The Titans.
Yeah.
The Ravens.
Yeah.
And there's one more. The Dolphins.
Yeah. Yep.
Ugh.
6-3 teams.
How is that seeding set up right now?
It's pretty nuts.
Like if the playoffs were to start today, we know the division winners would go in.
Yep, division winner. So Indy would be the 6-3 winner for the South.
Right.
And then it'd be Raiders at 5. So for 5, 6, and 7, we have Raiders, Dolphins, Ravens.
Jesus. And then that leaves 2 6-3 teams out of the playoffs.
Yep. So that leaves 2 6-3 teams out of the playoffs. That's like Tennessee is 6-3 and they're a 9 seed.
Oh. Ew.
Yeah. Ouch.
Ow. Yeah, I mean, a lot, and that's what's crazy about when you come down to the end of the season like this. Like, so many things need to happen. It's like, I need this team to lose. I need that team to beat that team. I hate that team. I need them to win. It's just like, it's wild. I hate it. Especially when, like, because this is what I'm used to, Ed. I'm used to, like, it not bothering me because I'm never in fucking the playoff hunt.
No, because you are always, okay, hold on, here's a better one. Because the last, little bit for the Raiders, you've been in the hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been like, it's like, there's like, they show the graphic, it's like division leaders, wild card, and then in the hunt, and then like right below in the hunt is like the Raiders right there.
Yes.
It's like,
yes, like they're hunting for the hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this year we're actually like in a wild card slot, but because they're all 6-3, it can change so fast.
Anything can happen, so that's nuts.
So I mentioned Pittsburgh maybe being like in that division being the clear cut winner, but can I ask you a question?
Hello.
What does Pittsburgh do well?
What do you mean? Their defense is solid. They have a Hall of Fame quarterback and amazing, like possibly the best wide receiver core.
Okay. I look at it and I guess I get bogged down by all the talk of their schedule. And so for me it's like that Futurama gif where he's like not sure if like they do all these things well or if they're just playing inferior opponents.
It could be both. I mean, it could be both. These aren't mutually exclusive. I think that is what happens.
Because I can agree with you on absolutely the defense. Their defense is great. I mean, and like I said with the Saints, it all starts with their head coach. It starts with Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh, who's been the man, and Big Ben obviously is a future Hall of Famer, and their wide receiver core is stellar. But it's like I don't know what's their signature win this year.
Titans, back when the Titans were 5-0.
That's right. That was the battle of the undefeateds.
And then I wouldn't say a signature win is against the Ravens, but they always just poop on Lamar. It just happens.
Yeah.
But those divisional games in the North is always gritty.
Always physical, in your face. And I like that. I've always liked that about the AFC North is like I said, we talked about it, I think, in several weeks prior that those are defensive. That's been a defensive division for
But I mean, if you think about it, like, do teams need to have like those signature wins? Like, would you say the Chiefs have a signature win? They have a signature loss.
They do.
Would you say they have a signature win? I feel like the Steelers and the Chiefs are now that upper echelon where it's not like one win that took them over the top. It's just like they're just good teams. When I guess you could go and look at the Packers. Actually, no, I don't know if the Packers have a signature win, but you can look at the Saints, who are also 7-2.
And their signature wins against Tampa Bay.
Exactly.
And with the Raiders, their signature wins against Kansas City.
Yeah, so
does the Seahawks have a signature win?
I wouldn't say so. No,
because they've lost to good teams and beaten ones they should beat.
Yeah, their signature win would be against the Bills. That would have been it if they were even close.
Right, that makes sense. So the 6-3 thing has got me fucked up.
So Titans are the 9 seed at 6-3. You want to know who the 9 seed is in the NFC?
Is the Vikings.
It's the Vikings at 4-5.
At 4-5. So the AFC is a powerhouse.
Yeah, it's nuts right now. Anything can happen. Some things are going to shake up. But so if Minnesota would have won some games previously in the year,
the ones they should have won.
If they won the games they should have won, they could be in the contention.
They should have beat Seattle.
Yeah. Big time. Well, okay, so they lost to the Packers, they lost to the Colts, they lost to the Titans, they beat the Texans.
Right.
They lost to the Falcons.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
That's the one.
Because they played Jacksonville.
Yeah. Yeah, they play Jacksonville here in a couple weeks. But so I mean, they're 4-5. They beat a couple teams, but they should have done better.
They should be.
They should be better.
They should be 6-3.
Well, I mean, I guess who else should? Yeah, so they should have beaten the Seahawks and they should have beat the Falcons. So they should be 6-3. And they decided, man, they could be. They should be, and they decided they don't want to be.
That's your boy. Hey, he got his first primetime win last night.
It wasn't his first.
His first Monday night win.
First Monday night win.
That's right. First Monday night win. I heard that. That was the headline.
Oh, yeah, divisional game. I mean, okay, let me just tell you something about the Bears, though. The Bears have scored less points than the Giants. Is that surprising to you? That's surprising to me looking at records.
Looking at records, I can see how it's surprising, but like if you look at games, it's like no, the Giants put up a lot of points. They just defense hasn't been able to stop anybody.
But have they been putting up a lot of points?
Well, they've been putting up more points than the Bears.
Oh, damn. So what else happened that was... You know what was a strange game? The Texans and Browns.
I mean, attribute that one to weather again. Because the weather
they got delayed because of the weather, and then it just ended up being a weird one.
It was, was it 10-7 was the final?
It was 10-7. Yeah. So the game happened. It was very strange. Sorry for all our Houston fan out there.
Actually, I think a buddy of ours who might listen to the show is also a Texan fan.
We have two Houston fans?
Might be two Houston fans.
Oh my, we're on the come up.
Yeah, we're coming up slowly but surely. By the time we're done with this podcast, we'll have 3.
Okay, so I have like a mini hot route, I guess, for you. Like, are the Dolphins good?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, no hesitation. Dolphins are good.
All right.
Dolphins are good. The biggest thing is like what we were talking about with Indy. It's like Tua's a rookie, but they're not asking him to do anything crazy. Their defense is one of the best in the league, right up there with Indianapolis. They're well coached. They have good special teams. So Tua's never had to play from, big deficits. He's accurate as hell, so he's throwing accurate balls. And I mean, but like he's not throwing like flashy numbers. Like I think he only threw like 20 times last week. Not even that, maybe. And it's just enough. Every facet of their team does enough to just go. And Tua's reliable. Like he's had a 10. He has a 10 point higher QBR than Fitzpatrick did when he was playing.
Okay, so he's getting the job done. He's not doing anything crazy.
I think the most glaring difference there is that Fitzpatrick's a gunslinger, so he's prone to turn the ball over, and Tua is not that. He takes care of the ball, and he throws an accurate pass. And they're asking him to step outside, and do Pat Mahomes things or Aaron Rodgers things or, Drew Brees things. They actually are asking him to do Drew Brees things.
Yeah.
They're asking him to just throw the ball accurately and complete passes.
Be accurate.
And he's doing it. He's doing that.
Get it done.
I don't think I saw this happening at the beginning. I don't think either of us did. But that's a good team. And it starts with Brian Flores.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this definitely was not something I expected. I got some hate mail for dogging on the Dolphins early on the podcast.
Oh.
So it's that's what I thought. That's just what the Dolphins have been. I didn't expect them to be this good. I expected them, like, honestly, to still be at the bottom. Well, no, we said the Jets were going to be at the bottom.
Yeah. No, we said Miami.
Oh, did we say Miami?
We said Miami.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Well,
no, I think it's fair to say that we didn't expect this, but we're not surprised by it.
Yeah. Well, I am surprised by it. I didn't expect it. It's extremely surprising how well they're doing. I mean, they're a game behind the Bills for the lead of the division.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge. They almost won that game earlier in the year.
I really need them to not do that because the Bills beat us. So if they get knocked down into the wild card, they own the tiebreaker. So please no.
Very good. Very good.
And we play the Dolphins this year.
Yeah. So I mean, the Dolphins are unreal what they're doing. I am extremely surprised, especially because I thought, okay, the Bills, that's who I had to take the division. The Patriots would work out with Cam, and then Darnold is there. Adam Gase was gonna develop Darnold a little more, and that's just not happening.
No, it's because Adam Gase needs to develop Adam Gase.
Somebody else needs to get in there and be like, hey, it's not working.
I don't think Adam Gase could be the coach of Trevor Lawrence. I don't want that.
It's not me, it's you.
Yeah, exactly. We're just going to reverse that. Yep, perfect.
Yeah.
So the most exciting game of the week. Arizona
Bills.
I had a brain fade. Arizona Bills. I was like, oh, they beat the Rams last week.
That was a big one. That was a big one. I had the same expectations going into that. Like, the Bills are just, they don't really have, like, a very high, like, point differential. Like, their point differential they're +7.
So, a score.
Yeah. And they're 7-3. I mean, that's great. That's where you want to be. You want to be winning games, whatever.
That tells me that they're winning games. They're winning close ones, which is a sign of that's a good football team.
Exactly.
You win close games. You're not ever out of it. You're mentally tough. You win those games. But also, what the fuck? There was 3 dudes around DeAndre Hopkins. And not just like 3 dudes, like 3 solid dudes.
Yeah, like not just like, oh, they're kind of in the frame. No, they were all right there. And, Kyler Murray's tweet, literally, he was just like, shit, hop down there somewhere. Fucking chuck it.
I actually listened to what that play was supposed to be today. It was not supposed to be a Hail Mary. They were going to find another receiver about 30 yards downfield who was going to cut to the end, the sideline, and catch it and go out with about 3, 4, 5 seconds left on the clock.
Oh.
And, the coach told Kyler, he was like, hey, if you see Hop down there and it looks good, huck it.
Huck it.
But did that look good to you?
I mean, it looked like every Hail Mary pass that's successful does. Honestly. It looked like panic, and then it worked. That's how I feel like every no quarterback is just sitting in the pocket and just nails a Hail Mary.
No, that's real.
I don't feel like, and like of course that has had to have happened before, but I don't feel like that's normal. It's something you just huck it up there and you pray.
What I mean is like, Hop wasn't open. He was just like, eh.
Yeah.
Like exactly what he tweeted.
He's down there.
Hop down there. And he was. And it's just so wild, the ending of that game. And I can only imagine how great it was for Cardinal fans. They've been waiting a long time since the Kurt Warner days. I mean, Carson Palmer took them a little far. But
I wouldn't even say it's been a long time. I mean, it's been 10 years. Like
that's a long time.
Not in the context of like there's some long spans where teams don't even go to the Super Bowl or are not even winning teams for longer than that.
What are you looking like that for?
Oh, I'm not looking. It's not everything's about you. Most things aren't about you.
First of all, yes, they are.
So, I mean, to go from, like, being in a Super Bowl, and then, okay, you had the decline, and then now you're
the come up.
Now you're on the come up again. That's kind of the wave you're in. That's kind of how things work unless you're the Patriots. But maybe it's the decline. Maybe it's the fall of the empire.
This time, let's hope. So we've had feelings like this before. But they're 4-5, the Patriots are. Like,
yeah.
With the stacked AFC, there might not be a shot. But there might be a chance that they just reel off a bunch of wins right now and finish the season 11-5, 10-6.
Who knows? It's going to be... This is what? We're coming up on week 11?
Mm-hmm.
This is getting down to the nitty-gritty. We're done with half of the season. What do you got left in the tank?
Yeah.
Last team left standing usually wins.
Yeah, and then you got to factor in injuries. You got to factor in COVID. There's a lot of players this week that are on the COVID exempt list. They got put on it today and yesterday, which means the ones that got put on today and yesterday will be eligible to play if they clear all these tests for the rest of the week. But, I mean, as practices missed, we saw what that did to the Raiders' offensive line against the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, those are big issues. And so coming down to this part of the season where every game fucking matters, it's like those things are a big deal. And this is going to show, like, who's sacrificing, like, who's saying, I don't need to go out and maybe get COVID. I want to win. I need to take care of my body, like, on a different front, like, just conditioning. Because this is the part of the season where typically you're either getting guys back from injury or, like, guys that have been balling out all year get injured.
Yeah.
So it's just a really exciting time. Like I said, I'm not used to being in the hunt or in a wild card spot this far in the season.
Yeah.
So, like, it's stressful, but, like, it's fucking exciting.
It's nice. It's a good place to be. It's been a good season thus far.
Let's spend a little bit of time on the NFC East.
On the NFC East.
Yeah.
Okay, I was hoping we could just, like, we've talked about the Giants, and that's kind of it.
We barely touched on them.
And we barely did. And I was okay with just not. And,
I'm not okay with just not, because I feel like, we shit on that division every week. But also, like, there are bright spots, and I think a bright spot in that division is the Giants.
That's a bold claim.
Why is it bold?
That's bold. That's a bold claim.
I think they're going to win the division.
Okay, we're getting more bold.
That's not bold at all.
It's not bold if one win puts you ahead of everybody else. Okay,
Fine. Then let's do this. Who finishes last in the division?
Shit.
Let's do that.
Okay. Ooh, this is a good one. That would be a good hot route. But hell, let's do it now. Who finishes last in that division?
Yeah.
It's gotta be Dallas. It's gotta be Dallas.
Does it gotta be Dallas?
Yeah, I mean
Is it not the Washington football team?
No.
No. That's a bold statement.
It's no, it's not a bold statement. But Dallas doesn't have
not bold when you say it.
No, I'm not bold. I'm not a bold guy. Dallas doesn't have their guy.
Yeah.
They don't have their guy.
Who do they got? Who is their guy?
Dak?
No. Like, who are they playing with, right? Who's their quarterback right now? Sweet.
Yeah, I do not know.
Cool. The guy that almost beat Pittsburgh. That's who it is.
So, yeah. They don't have their guy. And Washington football team has Alex Smith, who is better than a guy that I don't know his name.
That's fair, but is he better than Daniel Jones?
Is he better than Daniel Jones? Hard to say. But I don't have the football team in contentions
for last.
For last or for first.
Are we agreeing that it's either going to be the Giants or the Eagles?
I think it'll be the Eagles.
I think it'll be the Giants.
That's fine.
What's the Eagles' schedule look like?
They play... Oh, who do they play this week? I know they play Seattle pretty soon. So their next game is the Browns. And then they play Seattle. Oh, no. I'm looking at their schedule. It's not good.
I know it's not.
Oh, okay. So they have the Browns, Seahawks, Packers, Saints, Cardinals, and then finish the season Cowboys and football team.
Ew.
Okay, so
you still think it's going to be the Eagles?
Well, let's see. Who do the Giants have? The Bengals, the Cardinals, the Browns, the Ravens, and the Cowboys. Yeah, I think it's the Eagles.
I think it's the Giants.
Yeah, I think the Eagles have got it. Hey, you know what? You know why it's going to be the Eagles? That tie.
that you mean that half a win?
That half of a
fucking win.
That's why they're going to win. That's why they're winning that division.
Okay.
That's what has them in the lead right now.
Yeah.
Well, and I guess they have played less games.
Right.
So their winning percentage is higher.
Right.
But,
New York hasn't had their bye yet.
Correct.
I guess, yeah, we can go ahead and jump right into hot route. Now, I got some hot routes for Ed. It's hot route time.
Love the hot routes. It is my favorite part of the week.
Okay, hot route number 1. Let's say Drew Brees misses 4 weeks. That's 4 games.
Okay.
Jameis obviously is going to get the start. What is his record in those 4 games? I have the schedule right here. At home against the Falcons. At Broncos. At Falcons. At Eagles.
4-0.
4-0?
4-0.
That was quick.
4-0.
4-0.
At home against the Falcons. That's going to be their hardest one. Then they're playing the Broncos.
Yeah.
And then I think they're just going to win in Atlanta. I think that's just what's going to happen. And then they beat the Eagles.
Beat the Eagles because I'm going to win the bet. Anyways, okay, follow-up, right? If Drew Brees is recovering from rib injury and Jameis does win 4 games, do you just keep playing him to keep resting Drew Brees?
It's the same as last year. Exact same as last year. They didn't keep Teddy in. Brees is, he's a year older now. But they were doing the same kind of things. They were doing fantastic. They were 2-0 last year, or I forget what they were.
They went 5-0. Oh, they were 1-1. They were
1-1 when he took over. That's right. And he did fantastic. He basically was winning them. He was winning them the division. So I definitely think you just keep Breeze. You put Breeze back.
Right.
Like, you give him that time. Like, he's had his time off now, and for a quarterback of his age, that's generally what you need. He'll be reinvigorated. It'll be damn near the end of the season.
Right, near playoffs.
So it would be perfect time for him to come back, get his groove in for the last couple regular season games, and then hit the playoffs hard.
Okay. All right. Hot route number 2. Which team in both the AFC and the NFC, we'll start with the AFC.
Okay.
Which team in the AFC, not named the Steelers or the Chiefs,
Okay.
do teams not want to see in a playoffs?
Let's see. Which team in the AFC?
Right. Like, who's like, I don't want to, we have a better record, but I don't want to see that team.
I straight up think Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
That defense really is killer right now. It's controlling the game. I mean, it's number 4 in points allowed, so they're doing very well. They are stopping, and it's not like they've had an easy schedule either. It's not like it's been crazy hard, but
it stays hard.
It has not been a cakewalk. I mean, they've played the Vikings, who should be scoring better. Here we are.
Stop talking
Here we are.
now.
But they've played the Browns, as well as the Ravens and the Titans, and their next game is up against the Packers. So I think that'll be a huge tell for...
Maybe. Packers are soft.
They like to do what they like to do, so who knows. But they win against the Packers. That even points me more towards, they're a scary team.
Okay. What about the NFC? Teams not named the Saints or Bucks.
Ooh, okay. Teams you don't want to see... I do think it is, and has been for a while, Seattle. Straight up, because you never know what's going to happen.
They do keep you guessing.
They keep you guessing. Been a Seattle fan for a while now, and surprisingly have not had a heart attack or anything of the like, but you can never count out Russell Wilson. That's it.
Okay. All right, and last hot route. Who is the best bad team?
The best bad team.
Yeah, who's the best bad team?
Okay. Oh. I mean, because the Jets are abysmal, so they don't count as bad. They're just below that.
They're out of the conversation.
Yeah, they're out of the conversation. I think Jacksonville is bad, like out of the conversation.
Okay, I thought you were going to say it was Jacksonville. I was going to get the fuck, you're fired.
No, you know what? You're fired because you love Minshew so much, and he wasn't even playing.
This isn't about me. This is a hot route for you.
Okay. You know, I think that earlier in the season I would have gone with Houston just because they had a very hard schedule to start out with, but then they've been dropping other games that they shouldn't lose. So my answer with this is Carolina. Carolina is a 3-7 team that Teddy Bridgewater has been leading. Clearly their record doesn't indicate that they're doing well, but I mean, he is doing pretty well. He himself is doing well. He used to be leading the league in completion percentage, something I would not expect at all. But I guess, learning under Drew Brees, you learn a couple things. So he hasn't just been the quarterback that isn't losing you the game. I've seen him make a couple throws and make a couple plays where it's like, okay, that was flashy. That's like, he's hungry. He's aggressive. He wants to win the game. He's not just this reserved, like, sure, I'll hit these dink and dime passes. I've seen him air it out and make some nice runs as well. So I think they're the best bad team.
Okay. I can guess. I actually didn't see that coming because I think it's the Giants, but I forgot about Carolina. And Los Angeles Chargers are in that conversation too.
Yes.
So I guess there are a lot of good bad teams.
There's a lot of good bad teams.
So, okay, I like that. Good answer. Carolina. That caught me off guard. But I can agree. I can hop on that. So, as always, We come to the end of the episode after Hot Route, and we're going into a very interesting Week 11.
Yeah.
A lot can happen. A lot will happen. We start that off with a big game, NFC West matchup on Thursday night. So I'm pretty excited for that one.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yep. So as always, I'm Chris.
I'm Ed.
And this has been Almost Agreeable. Thank you for listening to another episode of Almost Agreeable. You can catch all new episodes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you enjoyed the podcast, please like, rate, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Almost Agreeable.